This is a rock saw of my own design, built here in our shop. The clamp that I use is one we built from scrap metal, and it is basically a copy of a Rogue. Let's see if I'm in the shot there. Yeah, that's a little better. This is a piece of ocean jasper. It's not a great piece. We were going to slice the whole thing up, but at present I think we'll save some back and maybe do some spheres after I get the sphere machine built. But pop that out of there. I will. Always have to kind of fiddle around with it to decide how you're going to employ it. But if you're not familiar with this design, make sure I'm in camera. Well, let me take the rock back out. You have moving jaw, which is basically an L member. That's simple. This is 3/8 by 3 mild steel, and then it has a track that rides in. You have a slot here on the front, and this is your tightening mechanism. It fits down in that spot, and that piece of 3/8 by 3 fit through that. And as you tighten down on the rock, not sure how best I want to do that. Well, that seems like that would work fine. You bring this piece in, run that up to there, and you begin tightening, and that starts bringing the piece forward. I want to make sure I'm high enough to clear the blade, I can't remember what to call those, the support for the saw blade. But as you tighten that, it's drawing the L bar in, and that is very firmly embedded. I'm using a fairly heavy rotisserie motor to power it. I have a 3/8 by 24 left-hand thread shaft that brings the rock into the vise, and I have a half nut set up on a, actually these are hog ring pliers that I brazed in 2 half nuts, and that clamps onto the 3/8 fine thread left hand all thread, and that's as simple as what you need to do to set it up. I have a safety switch. I'm going to turn the camera off and reposition. I have a through the cabinet bar that is attached to a kill switch with a chain attached to the clamp so it can't overrun. I've also removed threads on the all thread so that the half nut driven can only go so far. I have a switch that engages the saw motor for the saw blade, and another that turns the rotisserie motor on and off. And both of these shut down when this switch is engaged, or disengaged more correctly. So with that, I'm going to close it up and move the camera and put a light on it so that we can kind of see what we're doing. Well, there you have it. Cut through. I'm going to give the saw a second or two to drip, and I'll reach in there and grab that piece, and we'll put it in some soapy water and see what the end grain looks like, or whichever material it is. I believe it's petrified wood, but it may be a jasper. We'll know better here in a second. We are. So hard to tell at this point. Get it over to the soapy water and we'll see what we can see.